Welcome to day 2 of this 5 Days to Better Surfing video series. I've got 3 more tips for you today. Number 1, make sure you have the proper stance for what you want to be doing. So, what is it that you want to do on a wave? How do you want to surf? What styles inspire you? Do you like shortboarding? Do you like longboarding? Do you like fishing? What I mean by fishing is a twin fin fish. So if you're longboarding, your stance can be more narrow. If you're shortboarding, you need to typically have a wide stance. Either way though, you need to be comfortable with moving your feet around on the board because your stance will constantly be changing on a wave. Each stance that you take drastically affects your ride. So again, longboarders have a pretty narrow stance and a pretty straight-legged stance. So if you're doing that on a shortboard, you're probably going to kick your shortboard out quite a bit. You're going to get up and fall right back because you don't have any balance. For shortboarding, you need a good fighter stance, wider stance, bending your knees, good compression, all of the above. So just figure out how you want to surf and go from there. I've seen people have quite narrow straight-legged stances for shortboarding too, but it's not, typically they don't use that style for what we know as traditional shortboards today. They use them for old school shortboards, so like fat single fin boards or bonsers and things like that, because those boards can handle that style better. So if you really want to do that sort of surfing, then I would highly recommend looking into old-fashioned surfing. Watch the surf film The Endless Summer and just get familiarized with old school styles. Tip number 3. Actually, thanks for bearing with me. I have one more thing to say about that, but you want to hear it. So if you're new, new people usually just want to do a perfect squat stance and their feet face straight parallel, and people will do this for a long time. But if you are new and you want to go ahead and improve, keep your feet at a slight angle in the direction that you want to go. Open your shoulder and your hips to move forward. Okay, moving on. Tip number 2 for today. Go for ocean swims and get your paddle strength up. This is a simple one, but really do it. Get a pair of duck fins. Go swimming. Just get comfortable in the water and waves and pursue becoming a waterman and a waterwoman. This will help you surf better. Tip number 3 for today, dream. Literally, daydream. Go watch some surf edits by people whose style you enjoy. Visualize yourself surfing. There was a study I heard about when I was a kid. It was with 2 basketball teams, and one basketball team, they had visualized their 3-point shots every day for 15 minutes, and the other team, they had performed the 3-point shots every day for 15 minutes. And by the end of the time, the people that visualized it actually did it better and more consistently than the people that physically practiced. Pretty crazy, huh? So start visualizing. But I noticed when I started visualizing surfing, it was really hard for me to even wrap my head around how to picture what I was doing on what wave, and every wave's different. So I think really understanding the technique of things will help you to visualize it. If you don't know the technique, how can you visualize it, So thank you for joining, and stay tuned for day 3.